Hey everyone, tune into our channel. We're here to bring you everything about Tottenham Hotspur. Without the fluff and with the analysis fans love, Spurs returned to the Champions League. But a decision by Thomas Frank left everyone speechless. The coach surprised everyone by leaving out a player who had been signed permanently this summer. His name? Mathys Tel. Many are already calling this choice controversial and even incoherent. But why, after all? Is the young Frenchman not on the Champions League roster? Let's take a closer look. Tottenham enjoyed a good run under Thomas Frank, but the loss to Bournemouth before the international break already drew criticism. And now, a new controversy is stirring things up. The coach released the official squad for the Champions League group stage, and to everyone's surprise, Mathys Tel was left out. The young striker, who joined the club on loan in January and was signed permanently this summer, will not have a chance to play in Europe's top tournament. Meanwhile, names like Randal Kolo Muani, recently arrived from PSG, and Xavi Simons, another newcomer, were included as normal. The decision took fans by surprise as Tel, despite having played little so far, just 19 minutes in 2 Premier League matches, was seen as a rising prospect. The repercussions of Mathys Tel's absence were immediate. In the English press, many journalists questioned the board's coherence in spending money to buy the striker, and months later, leaving him out of the Champions League. Former players also weighed in, saying this could damage the youngster's confidence. Fans, however, did not hide their indignation. Comments of frustration poured in on social media, some calling the decision horrible, and others lamenting that Tottenham lacks a clear plan for young talent. There are also those who believe that Thomas Frank simply doesn't trust Tel's potential at this point, prioritizing more experienced players like Kolo Muani. The impact of the decision could be felt in the coming weeks. For Tottenham, losing Tel in the Champions League means fewer attacking options in a competition that demands a deep squad. Some in the locker room fear the young Frenchman's confidence will be shaken, which could even affect his training. On the other hand, this exclusion paves the way for Tel to focus on the Premier League and domestic cups, where he will have to prove his worth. The big test comes right after the international break, as Spurs face West Ham and, days later, their Champions League debut against Villarreal. If Tel can capitalize on his domestic opportunities, he could boost his morale and force Thomas Frank to rethink his future plans. The central figure in this story is undoubtedly Mathys Tel, signed permanently this summer after a loan spell from Bayern Munich. The 19-year-old Frenchman arrived surrounded by expectations. However, so far he has only played 19 minutes on the pitch in the Premier League. Despite his short time, Tottenham saw potential in the youngster, invested in him, and seemed ready to continue his development. Tel has characteristics that fans really appreciate: speed, boldness, and the ability to play both centrally and on the wings. The problem is that under Thomas Frank, he hasn't yet found the real space to showcase all of these. His exclusion from the Champions League squad intensifies the feeling that the coach doesn't see Tel as an immediate priority, but rather as a medium-term project. This uncertainty could mark his future at the club. On balance, Thomas Frank's decision may even make some sporting sense. The coach seems to be betting on players who are more ready for the moment, like Kolo Muani and Xavi Simons, while Tel still needs to mature. However, from a strategic standpoint, it's difficult to understand why they would invest in a player and not use him in the season's main competition. This choice could prove costly in the future, especially if Tel loses confidence or performs less well than expected. Tottenham has the chance to mold a talent already being scouted by major European clubs. But the current situation raises more questions than certainties. And that's it, folks. Thomas Frank's decision to leave Mathys Tel out of the Champions League has sparked a huge debate within the Tottenham community. We're on this journey together, because the season promises plenty of excitement and twists and turns. I want to hear from you. What did you think of this choice? Was it a mistake? Or does it make sense for the club's current situation? Leave your opinion in the comments, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Stay tuned, because there's more to come on our channel.